Yeah, I can't believe he even tried to fit it in there. Like, it was ridiculous. Anyway, hello and welcome to Consumed This Week. I'm Alex Marshall, and this week I'll be consuming Victor Gould. Hello, Vic. What's your name and where do you come from?
Victor Gould. I'm recording from Cambridge. It's nice to be being consumed this week.
Yeah, good. I can go back to my normal voice now. We're just going to be chatting about what
was the sort of showbiz voice unsustainable for a whole half hour. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's my quiz voice.
Too much octane.
Yeah, it's too high intensity, really. But it's good for the start, and probably I'll bring it out. I'll bring it out whenever I want.
Yeah, it's got a time and a place.
Yeah, usually a quiz though. So yeah, I just want to know some of your cultural highlights that you've had in the last, the last few months. We haven't really spoken properly for a while. But actually, I suppose what I want to know straight off is what did you have for lunch?
I had a packed lunch today. Actually, it was classic, like provincial dad material. I had a ham salad sandwich that my wife made this morning for me and packed it up in a little bit of Tupperware. It was lovely, actually. Packet of crisps and a satsuma.
That sounds amazing. I mean, that sounds like the perfect lunch.
I just had a quick eggy wrap. Ready for it. What did you have?
A quick eggy wrap. I've never told you about eggy wrap. Yeah, I had it just because, a little on my lunch break. So what you do is you make an omelette, you half make an omelette, you make eggs and then put them in the pan, and then you cook one side of the omelette and then put a tortilla wrap on top of it and then flip it over. And then you can put cheese or whatever in it. I actually just had it nude today, just egg and Tabasco and salt. And then you fold it up, obviously, and then you've got a little handheld egg wrap. Bonnie eats them for breakfast every morning, pretty much. And yeah,
that's genius.
5 minutes and you're done.
The thing is, though, this is the difference. Is that I've been on a voice note. You've sent me a voice note before while you've been making an omelette, and it took you seconds to make an omelette. And Joe's the same. It's like she'll whip up something. But if I go anywhere near a kitchen at lunchtime, you're talking like a 2-3 hour lunch by the time I've tried to go and make some quick noodles the other day. It's 2 hours if it's 2 minutes. You know what I mean? As soon as I get a pan out, you might as well just write it off because I don't notice myself. Well, I don't know where the time goes, to be honest. It's probably a lot of unnecessary faffing.
Does it say on the side of the packet of the noodles, 2-minute noodles or 1-minute noodles? And then in brackets it says, except for Vic, 2-hour noodles.
Yeah.
That's it. Right. So what have you been into recently?
I've been, I suppose, I've been trying to dig myself out from under a cultural rock. Because I think, how Garth Marenghi's like, I'm one of the few people that you'll meet who've written more books than they've read.
Yes.
That's basically because when I was working on YouTube, I felt like I was spending so much time making videos that I wasn't watching any. Well, I haven't watched any films or anything for ages. So my recent kind of endeavour, I'd say I'm probably about 6 months into a serious endeavour of trying to catch culture back up. But then again, I haven't watched The Sopranos and The Wire are still on like my to-do list. I've still got pretty big things to tick off.
Yeah, that is a large to-do list. I watched The Sopranos obviously back in the day, rewatched The Wire in lockdown when I had time to do things like that. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's still good. Still holds up. It's just really well made. It's great.
Possibly controversial, but could you, does anybody else feel like you could bring in lockdown periodically? Just once every 5 years, have a lockdown year where everybody just gets to do the same.
Everybody. I thought you could just not leave your house if you wanted to.
It's not the same though, because you feel a bit like you're missing out. Whereas lockdown was quite good for just being like, I will just rewatch having said that, I could have watched stuff then and I didn't. So
you were renovating a canal boat at the time.
Yeah, and
making your own videos and not watching other people's videos.
Yeah, so I missed out on lockdown.
Yeah. I watched a lovely little film on Saturday night, actually. It was called The Ballad of Wallace Island.
Yeah.
You seen that? You've seen it? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Loved it.
Yeah, it was really nice, wasn't it? That's a touch, isn't it?
Please explain. You mean the way it's made?
Yeah, and like Carrie Mulligan saying yes.
Yeah.
Tim Key, just all the right ingredients, right place, right time.
Tim Key was great. If anyone wants to know, it's basically about an eccentric man who won the lottery and then gets his favourite musicians to come perform for him, but they were a group that split up and they used to be a couple. So there's all that kind of like tension when they come back in. And it's great. Like this really nicely made, is the word pathos? It was
I always get confused. That pathos belongs to a group of words. Hubris is in there, of just words that I know that I know how to say those words.
Yeah.
I'll never know what they mean.
I know this is the trouble. Sometimes when I'm in the car, because obviously I'd known how to drive for a while, when I get people ask me a question, I'm like, I think I know the answer to that, but I'm definitely winging it here. Like, I know what to do, but like, I don't
I
actually know the
think
reason.
the handbrake is for stop.
Yes, Vic doesn't have a driving license, and I'm just to let everybody know. But yeah,
Professional
the music
backseat
for the
driver.
movie was great. I loved the music, and then just it was just really funny and really touching in moments. They managed to get in a pun on the word curry and Harold Shipman, and I don't know how they did it. He said it so quickly. I was like, what? How has he done that? It was great. Really liked it. So recommend The Ballad of Wallace Island for anybody.
What other films? So that wasn't at the cinema. I guess that was on your home
No,
cinema.
so what we do, the only streaming service we have is Disney because I've got 2 young daughters. So we watch a lot of princess movies and things like that. So over Christmas, I often get the other streaming services as a little treat to watch the Christmas movies. But this year we just got Sky Cinema, which basically has everything on it. And so that finished today. I cancelled the thingy. And so on Saturday I was like, oh, last chance to use it, and went on, and it was just the first film that was up there, and I was like, oh, Tim Key. I was like, yeah, he's pretty funny. And as well, like I knew because he was in it, it wasn't going to be cheesy. I thought, yeah, it will be the right level. And I like British indie movies. I like movies as well that when you finish watching them, you kind of just take the dog out for a wee, and then you just start reflecting on your own life for a moment. You're like, oh, that's interesting. Because it was quite nostalgic for me because they were in a band in like the late noughties and things like that, which I wasn't really in a band at that point. And so it was interesting to see them kind of reflect on like that period because that's like our era in a way, the like late
Yeah.
noughties and all that kind of thing. So like looking back on it is quite funny, and it made me reasonably nostalgic for that time. But then you kind of think like, well, I'm pleased with what I did at that time. Like I had a great time and it was really fun. It's not like I'm, pining for it because I'm also having fun right now. Like it's just a different stage. And it was great. Really enjoyed it.
It's maybe for that reason, kind of the first millennial nostalgia, in that Tim Key's probably about our age, and we have known him for probably over 10 years easily. So, and the film itself is nostalgic, and that the couple and Tim Key and all the characters in it kind of are this age, but looking back, on their youth, which is just about in the past.
Yeah. Well, I know that's it. When I'm teaching people to drive, if I teach someone to drive now who's just had today I've just had a lesson with someone, and it's the first person I've taught who was born in 2009.
Yeah.
Literally this morning. The 9.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually.
How do you react? When they say that, do you let yourself go,
No,
what?
I'm kind of like, I'm over it now. At first it was a bit crazy, but it happens so often that it's not that weird.
You can't continue to be so surprised at maths, can
No.
you? If somebody is 16, it means they were born 16 years ago, so it's 2010. But
Gosh,
I don't
yeah.
know why it's so, but it is surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember when I worked in Manchester, I was wearing a Pixies shirt when I was working in the bar, and these like guys who were probably, I don't know how old they were at the time, but they were like, "Oh, I went to go see them in 1988," and one of them was like, "Oh, what did he say? Was he 5?" And I was like, "No, I was 2." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "No, I was 2
It
years old
ruined
then."
their night.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh my god, that's crazy."
So
But then
that started as a
that's just
joke.
us
I'm going
now.
to go home now.
Yeah, that's it. Reflect on their lives. Just go have a cold shower. Stand there, just thinking about what they've done. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. I remember when you used to work in Manchester, it was great. And when I came to visit you in Manchester once and spent half the night in Lab Bar, I think that I was there trying to meet you, but I was in the wrong place. But I was already quite pissed then by the time we met up.
I don't even. I mean, I remember you
wrecked.
coming to visit, but I don't remember that. Yeah, those were some heavy drinking days, I suppose.
Big time.
That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean.
good.
I don't pine for those days anymore. Definitely not. I'm quite happy not drinking because I did it a lot back in the day. So yeah,
Well,
you can
that's the
move
thing.
on.
At least we did it. Yeah.
At least we
It
did
feels
it.
quite rock and roll now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so. But we were quite rock and roll. So that's
Yeah, we
it.
were.
Yeah.
Oh, I was listening to the radio and you know that song, "Oh, bless your soul." Came
Reef.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just reminds me of that bar in Portugal, and it
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
reminds me of. It made me think, who was working at that bar, and why why were we there? It's like practically the only reason I know that song is from
From
pulling
standing on
my
the tables and shouting out.
and doing like the tiger claw on your bare chest, when it's like run your fingers through my soul or something. I remember just, what were we doing?
It's actually our 20th anniversary of being friends because it was 20 years ago we were in Portugal. There you go.
That's
Another
excellent.
mind-bending,
Yeah,
passage of time and maths. So anyway, so you're in a cultural void, is that what you're saying? So actually, the whole point of this podcast is so that I can help you. So there you go.
yeah, that'd
There's
be
a movie
excellent.
that you can watch. You've already seen it, so good.
Yeah, yeah. That falls within my window. I think I managed to catch of the Barbenheimer. This is the kind of timeline that we're working with. Is for Oppenbarbie. So
Okay,
I
fine. Yes,
watched
sorry.
Barbie.
Yes,
So
yeah.
I'm
Was it something
halfway
like 3
there.
years ago?
Yeah, it's a good film though. I could watch it again.
Barbie.
Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed Barbie. Yeah, it was good.
yeah.
At the start, I think a lot of people didn't really like it because it was pretty out there. Because at the start, there's just like a child just bashing a doll's. It was like it was a parody of Planet of the Apes or something, like 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yeah, a lot of references in there
Yeah,
that
and
I
so
didn't
instantly
catch.
I was like, oh, okay, right, I get this. This movie is going to be taking the mick. So this is what I'm going to be expecting, and that's what it did. But I think if you weren't expecting that, you'd probably be quite disappointed.
Yeah, I feel
But
like that's why I could do it another watch. I wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't. I think I was mostly tired because I was trying to watch it at my mum's, but the kids were asleep or just not being asleep. There's that classic, isn't it? About there's a few films that I've watched in intervals of about 10 minutes in between sort of wake ups and stuff, which is
yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
Don't Look Up, I watched like that. I watched Don't Look Up overnight. I think me and Joe started it about 2 in the morning and
Well,
finished it by about 8.
this happens, yeah, because I'm like, oh, it's 8 o'clock. So if I put a movie on, oh god, I'm gonna have to stop it. And then so when we put this one on Saturday night, we got into it, and it's not that long, but I was enjoying it so much, didn't even notice the time. Went to bed late.
I thought you
Unbelievable.
said didn't even notice the kids waking up.
Yeah, just ignore that.
Just turn the
Yeah.
main monitor off.
Yeah, just turn the volume up. Don't have a baby monitor anymore. Ugh, they just get out and just get straight into my bed. And then I'm just like, the other night I woke up with Bonnie trying to get in, but Pip was already there, and I don't remember Pip getting in. And I was just like, oh god, this is all going on. I'll just go put you back. Nightmare.
I'd be quite curious to those watches that you can wear now that track your sleep. I'd quite like to wear one for the nights when William comes in because he shits me up sometimes. I'll sort of be opening my eyes and he's just stood there and he goes, "Daddy," and my adrenaline goes through the fucking roof.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
just
what
like,
comes out of my mouth. Yeah, but I go, "Fuck!" I'm like that, like, "Fuck!" And he's like, "I can't sleep." I was like, "Well, fucking hell. Me neither now."
yeah. That's funny, isn't it? Children
It's
are funny. How are you
terrifying.
enjoying having two of them?
Yeah, really good actually. It's good to have a second. I can recommend it because the first one, although I'm pretty sure that I did enjoy William as a baby, it's nice because in retrospect, I just remember a bit more of the stress and stuff. So it's nicer to have a baby now because you appreciate how brief all that is and how cute they are compared to sort of William, who now will answer back and is a bit. And plus, you've already kind of broken in a bit, aren't you, as a parent? So you can take it. You've sort of taken that loss years ago, and now you can just enjoy the gain, really. So yeah, and he's he sleeps better. He's quite a little charmer. How did you find going from 1 to 2?
Yeah, same, same. You
Yeah,
kind of
really.
already you know what you're doing, yeah. And also Pip straight away just went into she just has to fit in with what's going on. When you've got one, it's kind of
Yeah,
like, oh my god, my life's been flipped upside down.
yeah.
But then the second one comes along, you're like, well, this is what we do. You're going to have to fit in because it's going to be hard. But she's always just kind of gone down well, is what I would say. She would get to sleep, but she wakes up in the night, but she's always gone to sleep quite quickly. Like I could
It's,
just leave her and walk out the room.
it's
Whereas when
crazy.
Bonnie was a baby, one time I just clicked the milk bottle back on and she woke up again, and I was just like, oh god, I'm gonna have to stay here for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's deadly. I remember the first time we gave William a bath, we had this like fold out, like a pop out, like Tupperware. Some Tupperware you could pop it out. We had a pop out bath. It was like quite a big plastic thing, quite unwieldy, and we'd like getting it in the cubicle shower, filling it up with water and stuff, and then obsessing, like really worrying about the temperature. And then got William in the bath. He didn't like it. It was just like a calamity. And then afterwards, Joe was like, "What? We've got to do that every night." I was like, I don't know how we're gonna, I don't know how we're gonna do it." But then now, obviously, just like bath time's like, yeah, that's the routine.
Were
Cruise
you
into
living on a
bath time.
canal boat at the time?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that does, yeah, that is going to make it harder.
Yeah. Logistically harder, definitely.
Now the
Definitely.
routine is easy. It's like dinner time is 5 p.m. from 5 till 6, and then 6 o'clock. That's when we start. We cruise into bath time, and then William gets out of the bath at 7. I read him a couple of stories till 7:30. Then I actually, Michael, this is what I've started doing. Possibly this is questionable parenting, but I smuggle my own Kindle in to bedtime. So, and then I read him a couple of his stories. I make up the words because when you've been reading the same story for ages, it's too boring. So, right, so I tried to get away with reading the story in what I called hello mode, which was just pointing at all the pictures and just doing different voices. So, like the frog says hello, and then the crow went hello, and then you turn the page, crocodile says hello. See how quickly you can get through a story, how much you can push it, but he didn't. He enjoyed it, but then
Yeah.
he was like, "But go on, you got to do it again properly." So I didn't quite get away with that, but it was fun. But then obviously do like a fun story time, and then that's over, and then we turn the lights off, and then I give it a couple of seconds. I get my Kindle out, and I'm reading James Elroy, American Tabloid. Read a couple of pages of that. Sometimes I fall asleep, and then I usually try and crawl out of his bed for 8 p.m. Jana's watching Traitors.
Oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty similar for us actually when it was bedtime. Try and get out by 8 p.m. But
Yeah,
Bonnie still just needs me just to be there, whereas Pip's asleep. I just have to stand there, but it's fine. I take my phone and I sometimes just like hold her hand whilst I'm just like reading the news or whatever. Yeah, I
yeah,
know. It's
that's
just,
great.
you've got to adapt to modern life. Our parents couldn't do that, but that's their own fault.
Yeah, I said that to my mum. I was like, the problem with having a baby is that they just get you addicted to your phone. And my mum was like, "Oh, at least you've got a phone." And I was like, "Oh my God." I was like,
You didn't
"You
even have a
didn't even,
house phone.
you were just, how did you do it?" It's a miracle I'm alive. Yeah.
So I've got a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you were on a desert island, which dessert would you eat first?
I've thought about this because I heard you ask Azzy this question. Tiramisu
Please explain.
is my answer. Because I think, I mean, inherent in the question is another question, which is then, do you get other desserts the next night? Would it be a different one?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because I think key to a tiramisu is its freshness. It's the freshness of the cream because there's not actually much sugar in it doing the kind of stabilizing. You've just got that fresh cream. So, I mean, technically 4 hours out of the fridge and it's gone. So depending on if the fridge was on the plane that crashed, if I can get a reason, if I just found a tiramisu in the sand, that's dodgy. Yeah, that's listeria waiting to happen.
I just said a dessert island. I didn't necessarily say a
Oh, that's
desert
true.
island. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, that's true. The whole island could be tiramisu.
this is true.
Partly the reason for this is partly because I think I don't drink now, but tiramisu, you've got to find, you can smuggle a little bit of booze in the tiramisu. Nobody's going to do you for that. So it's one of my only opportunities to drink.
I've stopped making it now because of the booze content. Because I don't want to make multiple desserts at Christmas. Before all the kids, I was making a tiramisu, a Christmassy tiramisu, and I was using what's that Italian cake bread thing that they have?
Yeah, ladyfingers.
No, 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 no.
Ladyfingers.
They have it. There's a big, big thing. I can't remember what it's called.
Panettone.
A panettone. So you
Yeah.
use a panettone instead of your ladyfingers.
Oof.
Use a panettone instead of the ladyfingers, and you soak that in coffee. And I also added amaretto to that. And then you whip up the cream. I added Baileys to that, and it was like really boozy, and it was like pretty decadent. And then like nice dark chocolate grated on top, and it was so delicious.
It's
Honestly,
such a good dessert, isn't it?
yeah, it's great, and it's really easy to make. So you just layer it up and bang it in the fridge. But you can make that without the booze. But the booze was kind of the fun bit. But it had coffee in it as well, so that's why it's not great for the kids. But I
More the coffee than the booze.
yeah, that's true actually. The booze is okay. The booze is fine.
That
Because
helps
actually
them sleep.
this
But
Christmas, Bonnie was just like, "What's that?" Because obviously she sees pictures of Christmas and stuff all the time, and she's like, "What's that? Does that pudding that they have with the holly on top. And I'm like, oh, Christmas pudding. And she's like, are we having one? And I was like, well, I don't think so. I don't think anyone really likes it. She's like, yeah, but they're always on the table at Christmas. And I'm like, well, yeah, on TV they are. And she was like, well, can we have one? So I was like, sure, we'll get one. And she really liked it. We set it on fire as well with brandy, and she had it. And she said she had a little bit of booze, and Pip had some as well. And she was into it, so it was fine.
Oh, that's pretty
Great.
good. They're
Yeah.
refined taste, and because I can't remember the last time I've had a Christmas pudding, but
Yeah.
it's a heavy old pudding, isn't it?
It is pretty heavy. When I worked in London, they used to sell them there, and there was a public competition to guess how many ingredients were in the Christmas pudding, and I entered it and won. Even though I worked there, I was the only person to get the right amount of ingredients. I don't know. It's like, I don't know how many I said. I can't remember. So I won this big Christmas pudding, and it was absolutely delicious because it was made by the baker that worked there in the cafe. It was really, really nice. And so I've not had one since then, and that was great because it wasn't too heavy. It was quite light. It was still quite nice. This Christmas, I made a burnt Basque cheesecake, and they're really easy to make, and they're so delicious. Like, honestly, so delicious if you like cheesecake.
So that's three of. It took me ages to get this. That's actually four things in one, isn't it? Burnt Basque cheesecake. So, and each one of them relates to a different. Each one of them is something of its own right.
Well, I'll explain if you want. Burnt because it's caramelized on top, so
Okay.
that's where you get the flavour.
Blowtorch?
No, in the oven. You just cook it in the oven. And then Basque because that's the region of Spain that it originates from.
Just the burntness.
Well, it's just the style. So, like, a lot of countries have different cheesecakes, but this version of one, it doesn't have a base, and it's burnt on top to get that caramelization.
Okay.
And then cheese, yeah, you use soft cheese. So I use a mix of mascarpone and just soft cheese, which,
Fair enough.
supermarket owned soft cheese. And then cake.
Yeah.
Because it's got sugar and eggs in it and flour. It does have a little bit of flour in it. I use gluten-free flour for myself. But and so you literally put the ingredients up, just whisk it up, put it in the cake tin, boom, bang it in the oven. You're done. You just got to let it, cool, and then chill it for an hour, and then you're happy to go. And it's honestly, it's like so delicious. Recommend.
So good. A cake that you've made is just always going to be better than the supermarket cake, isn't it? But it's like say about the Christmas pudding. Like, do you even want to bother with a? I mean, even an M&S one, it's not going to be a touch on on the chef's one. Still nice.
Yeah. The M&S here and the M&S food here in Harrogate is apparently the biggest one in the country and stocks every single item that they sell.
Really?
Yeah, it's that kind of town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is nice.
Bit of a mythical status for us because we were journeying up your way and never made it. We'll never know. It feels
True.
like we'll never know.
You could have moved to this
we
town
could
instead
just
of
go
Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could have been? I like Leeds as well. Do you ever go into Leeds?
Yeah, sometimes. Not that often, but if I need to. I can't remember the last time I went to Leeds. Oh, I went to the hospital to have an operation.
All right.
Just on my hand. I had a lump removed off my hand. Nothing serious. So it was there. Now I've just got a bit of a scar because it was only in December. And then York as well. We often go over to York.
Yeah. You've got some good options around the place that begins with H.
Harrogate.
Halifax is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Halifax. Yeah, that's in West Yorkshire. That's a little bit further away.
Oh, is it? Right. For some reason,
It doesn't take that long to get there, but yeah, you got Halifax and Hebden Bridge. We've got some friends that live out that way.
All the H's.
Yeah, all the H towns.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But it's good. Right, well, okay, so we've got some good recommendations today, Vic. A movie that you've already seen and that you want to watch The Wire and The Sopranos, which, what year is this? And then
I'm struggling.
and that your favourite dessert is a tiramisu.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the other part of our cultural journey is that and actually if you've got Disney Plus, we've been watching The Americans. Again, I think that came out in 2013, so I'm a little behind the curve, but it's really good. Like, if it passed you by, I hadn't even heard of it, but it's really, really good. It's about Cold War. It's set, I think, just like after the kind of real Cold War. I think it's more 80s than 50s, but still, there's Russian spies in America.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the landscape. It's good. It's quite intriguing.
Excellent. Great. I mean, that sounds good. I've got Disney, so I might watch that. Don't watch many grown-up things on Disney other than The Bear.
The Bear?
The Bear. Have you not watched The Bear? The one about the chef.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Confusing because I flashed The Revenant.
Oh, yeah.
Because the bear scene. But yeah, that is good. Lilo and Stitch. Have you seen the live action version of that?
I have seen the live action
It's
version
very
of that.
good.
It's got Cassandra from Wayne's World in it. And I was like, that's crazy. I've not seen her for ages. And then I did some digging. Turns out she did the voice of the like sister character back in the animated version. And then she's like playing the mum or something in the live action version. I was like, great. That's fantastic. That's what you
Yeah.
want.
We watched the live action version. I went to Joe like, this is great. This should be massive.
I think it
She
is
was
pretty
like,
massive.
It's pretty massive. Yeah. I was like, is it?
You're like, I don't know what's going on at all. Yeah, it is. It is pretty massive. It's funny though, because obviously with film, when I worked in a cinema for
Yeah.
like 5 years, I was so in the scene
Yeah.
that now I kind of not like I haven't like spurned it, but like I used to like pre-working in the cinema, I used to keep up with what was coming out and I'd like to go watch. But it's also hard trying to get, go to the cinema because I've got young children, need to get a babysitter. Now I'm just like, I honestly don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what movies are coming out. I haven't seen any like new movies unless I've got, Sky Movies at Christmas time. So I'm kind of a little bit out of the loop, which feels odd because I used to be so in the loop. If you
Yeah.
want to know anything about a movie between 2016 and 2021, I'm your man.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is a big blind spot of mine. So we could do some comparing of notes.
Yeah, good. Right. Well, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Ooh, ooh.